Warning: this article contains full spoilers for the final episode of My Hero Academia Season 7. It feels as though all the My Hero Academia endings have come at once, with Season 7 closing out the penultimate part of the anime. When you last saw the UA gang, Ochaco and Toga were locked in a life-or-death battle with a Quirkless All Might enlisting Melissa to help him design a brand new superhero suit. Rumors have been swirling that All Might will bow out after episode 21, thanks to his all-time level of weakness. But is this actually true? We're forgetting another key character amidst the chaos, Deku. The nervous young boy who started out as our titular character back in Season 1 has since been sidelined, acting in a secondary role in Season 7. But what does the future hold for these three storylines? Let's break down everything that went on during the My Hero Academia Season 7 ending. As you might expect, things weren't too rosy for these two after we left them ending their final fight in episode 20. But it's Toga who is killed off, coming to her death halfway through the episode. But how does it happen? We first see Toga standing over Ochaco, who is barely surviving after the double swarm disappeared. Ochaco has overused her quirk, and it's taking a serious toll on her body. However, Toga seems unwilling to hurt Ochaco die, or at least won't let it happen that easily. Instead, Toga swallows some of Ochaco's blood, which partially transforms Toga into her. If you've seen a snap of the two blended together, now you know why. This gives Toga the ability to perform a life-saving blood transfusion, which understandably isn't a decision that naturally matches up to a character who has been singled out as one of Season 7's biggest villains. Her reason? Toga wants to do something drastic in order to prove to Ochaco that her kind-hearted feelings are genuine. But there's an issue. If Toga keeps going, she risks losing all of her own blood supply and therefore her life. Ochaco begs for her to stop, but Toga insists that she's going to do exactly as she pleases. Toga doesn't want to get caught, and she's equally sure Ochaco won't let her get away, regardless of what happens. We see an emotional apology from Toga for the way she's treated Ochaco, thanking her for making Toga happy and for all that she's done. Toga wonders if these are feelings that she could have felt before their final fight came to what it did. While she thinks about being able to live as a normal girl, the two fall unconscious. Here it's implied that the transfusion has been successful. Ochaco's life has been saved, and it's because Toga has given her own in the process. While Toga and Uraraka find their emotional end, All Might is refinding his confidence. He's intent on tracking down arch-nemesis All for One, and his new suit, dubbed the Armored All Might, is the ideal form of protection. It's here we need to remember something huge. All Might is now quirkless. It's a detail reaffirmed in episode 20, with Melissa helping him to make a new suit. We've not seen the pair fight since Season 3, making this part of the Season 7 ending one of the most anticipated scenes in the show's history. All for One isn't best pleased that All Might has arrived on the scene, chaotically striking out against him with no proper form of strategy. Thanks to his brand spanking new suit, All Might is able to deflect all of these attacks, reflecting on the 1A students who have had the suit named after them. The best sci-fi news and features this side of the Outer Rim. By entering your details, you are agreeing to our terms and conditions and privacy policy. You can unsubscribe at any time. This site is protected by reCAPTCHA and the Google privacy policy and terms of service apply. All Might flashes back to meeting Nana Shimura for the first time, remembering the moment he first wanted to be her disciple. He shares his desire to become a symbol for people to look up to, bearing a burden as a quirkless person. Who does this remind us of back in Season 1? After some epic battle sequences, All for One starts to get the upper hand and cause some serious injuries. But it's All Might's words to Deku ringing in his head that allow him to push through against his foe. We see him stand tall while cackling, clearly planning to keep All for One completely focused on him. Annoyingly, this is where we leave the drama. But for how long? It might feel as though Deku has been forgotten in all of this chaos, but fear not. He's busy fending off Shigaraki, although it doesn't feel like that's going hugely well. They're still locked in a grand one-on-one battle, which could mark the end of the storyline arc as we know it. Thanks to the interface we previously saw Toga using, Shigaraki now has unrestricted access to all of his quirks. His big goal is now to destroy Deku in order to build his own perfect world. However, we don't get any resolution to this battle. Instead, we leave it on more of a cliffhanger. As they fight, Deku gets the sense that All Might is almost down and out in the dramatic fight of his own. Thankfully, it was confirmed My Hero Academia Season 8 would be happening ahead of the Season 7 ending. There's some bad news, though. It will be the last season of the anime, excluding any film spin-offs like You're Next that might make their way to us. That's not too surprising. In real time, the My Hero Academia manga has ended, meaning if you really want to know what's coming up, you can read ahead. For context, Toga and Ochaco's fight happens in chapter 394. While the future of UA Academy still hangs in the balance, it's the Deku and All Might cliffhangers we're gonna be tuning in for. We've already seen Dabi, Toga, and Spinner each defeated, but there's no doubting All for One and Shigaraki are both stronger than any of the long-gone villains. Without too many spoilers, the ending has a great deal still in store, including a major time jump, a change in career, and an epic hero done good storyline. Outside of that, the release date for a new My Hero Academia spin-off has been confirmed. My Hero Academia is available to watch on Crunchyroll. Check out more of our fantasy coverage or visit our TV guide and streaming guide to find out what's on. For more from the biggest stars in TV, listen to the Radio Times podcast.